The Holy Roman Empire has brought its armies to Italy to intervene in the war of the Guelphs and the Ghibellines. The year is 1249, and King Enzio leads an army of Holy Roman Empire troops and militia from Cremona and Modena against the Lombard League and the armies of Bologna. The Battle of Fossalta is about to begin. What's up, guys, and welcome back. We're here with another 1212 AD historical battle for you here today, and we do have a huge 2v2 here. We have large armies on, as we have the Holy Roman Empire here in the yellow, and the armies of Cremona and Modena, represented by the Duchy of Florence here today, facing off against the armies of Milan, which represent the Lombard League here. Milan being from Lombardy itself. Only made sense that the Milanese represented the league. Yes, we have a tier 1 early period battle for you here. We have knights in shining armor, crossbows, and plenty of pikes as well, all ready to prepare themselves for a glorious battle. We have a huge battle here. The Milanese have 7,000, just shy of 8,000 troops. And the Holy Roman Empire and their Florentine allies, I guess it is, have 11,000 troops here today. That's actually only 4,000 shy of what they had historically. They had 15,000 approximately, and the Milanese had around about 8,800, so only about 1,000 short themselves of what they had historically. Kind of crazy that we can sort of recreate this to a similar sort of scale as it was historically. In history, though, it was the Milanese outnumbered that did win, and King Enzio actually becomes a prisoner of war in this battle. It's a huge victory here for the Ghibellines. Oh, sorry, for the Guelphs. The Ghibellines are the ones on the HRE side. If you don't know what the War of the Guelphs and the Ghibellines is, I don't think in this video I have time to explain it, because this is a fast-paced battle. But it's basically a war in Italy between various different Italian states is the simplicity I can give you. If you want to learn more about the War of the Guelphs and Ghibellines, I'd definitely go and give it a research. It's very interesting, that's for sure. But it also involves the HRE, who are trying to obviously have their influence in Italy throughout this period as well. We do have a pretty large spear line being formed up here, as the Milanese were trying to use their cavalry here, including a unit called the Death Company, which is very scary. Just entirely in black and a little bit of white there. Kind of looking like, a bit like a Hospitaller, I guess, as well. But yeah, they were about to do a charge there straight down the center as the spears have been set up. Swords and elves are being set forward. Spadaccini, Camulli going in, and we've got cavalry here on the flanks preparing to get into an engagement. We have spear sergeants here as well, and shock ready to also support any sort of cav fights that take place there. The Italians, the HRE, need to use their mass on their side. The Italians, or the Milanese, have quality on their side. They're better cav, more of it, ever so slightly as well. But first blood is going to the HRE. Here's some Lanciari, Camulli being destroyed, and some Equatores also being routed there. But a good cav charge here is going to take out these crossbows, that's for sure. And then in comes a general here. We've got a general's bodyguard going in, and he's going to try and deal with that Equatores, who are trying to take out the crossbows there. Another charge here, again from more cavalry going in, taking out crossbows where possible, and spears also being dealt with here. Pretty short line that the swords are taking up here. I'm going to see a counter charge here from the Knights of Milan. They're being stopped here by the Florentine Knights ever so slowly. I'm going to see swords come up bit by bit. Equatores there again, dealing with the Lanciari. These are light cab though. Not going to do too much against the Death Company here, which has got in with their skulls and on their banners. That's a very cool banner, it really is. Over on this side here, the HRE also going in, doing damage here. Is the general of the Milanese to some spear sergeants. Barely killed the unit, but they are doing a lot of damage there. Cavalry here, the Imperial Ritter losing in a fight here to Equatores. I think it's probably because of spear support. Cavalry here is trying to chase off the Imperial Ritter. Is succeeding in doing that, but it's only because the Urban Axe Militia are getting in there. Cavalry in other areas has been defeated. I got Brabazonian cavalry over here, mounted sergeants, so they're getting absolutely destroyed right now by the Knights of Milan. Like I said, they have quantity to the HRE, but not necessarily quality. The quality is coming through here. And also, it helps that they get some really good cab charges off. We've got Urban Axe Militia over here, engaging with some spears. This should be an easy win for them. Shock, easy deals with spears. Spears here falling back, trying to retreat away from the pole arms. This is a smart idea. We have got the Emperor over here, which I guess is represented by King Enzio. Don't have a general's bodyguard. It's always an Emperor. But he is going in. He's got free reign in just about anything right now. He's got a lot of options he can go for. Over on this side here, Florence is still suffering. The Knights are ripping through swords now. This is going to be a real problem here. Florence is going to have to try and somehow deal with this. I have got some Knights on a waver and break. Also some of Florence's as well. Both have Umini de Arm. And this flank is not looking good over here. A lot of cav now starting to wheel around. That's doing all sorts of problems there. General over here engaged. Still, by the way, they could have pulled him out for sure. There's swords in here. You can see shock infantry and spears get shifted over. They need to try and block this. The left flank is just... There's just not enough reserves over here. We've got plenty of infantry that's not been committed here for the HRE. Roman Empire here. Sending in its general. Got a decent charge there onto the swords. Like I said, in history, the Lombard League wins this. But will history be changed? Who knows? The HRE are doing okay. Florence is also doing fine at the moment. Numbers obviously on their side. Right now, actually looking at numbers. If it's going to tell us. 9,000 against 6,600. That's insane, actually. There's quite a big gap there. Cavalry, though, is breaking it. Imperial Ritter all starting to waver. This is not so good. Key assets like Cav, though, is still being kept alive for the Milanese right now. They've got a lot more Cav over here. It's also got tied down as well. And Sergeant Spearman, a bit of a poor micro moment here for the Milanese player. But there's a lot going on. It's a large battle. There's a lot of force being used. General here needs to get a charge. He's not going to get a charge, is he? He's sleeping on the job. Yeah, and he's going to get charged hard there. Oh, that's not good at all. And that's the worst thing you can ask for in 12-12 is your general or just any cab unit just get charged head on. And that's 2 units that went in there. Spears desperately chasing. Sergeant crossbows are firing. I don't think that's going to be enough to save that general. Over on this side, another general over engaged here is the Florentine general. He's fighting wave after wave of cavalry. And just like that, the general's dead already for the HRE. That's insane. Reduced just like that, and that's going to cause all sorts of problems for morale already. Look at that. Sergeants breaking on this front line here.
Enemy units have rallied and returned.
So many units here that are starting to break and waver already for the HRE. Arguably, you could say that's like King Enzo being captured. Maybe he was captured rather than he fell. Another general over here in a little bit of trouble. They're sending this cavalry their own general here, Milan. They probably might rout him. You never know. It disengaged, actually. There's a bit of a risk there from the Milan player. And another cavalry there. Death Company going in. They've just charged into the Florentine general there. And that's the Florentine general now dead as well. And already it's looking like Fossalta could follow a similar trend. A few slow-mos now that all the chaos is slowly getting... a little bit more ordered. The front lines are being formed. Yeah, you got the Knights here holding on, looking glorious. Tier 1 Knights look just amazing, they do. And they've got like just a mix mash of axes and swords and maces. The front line's kind of doing okay for the HRE. They're sort of holding in some areas where there's potential to get outflanked, like here. They're in a bit of trouble. And also like fighting a lot of elite Knights in here, a lot of tier 1 heavies. Yeah, I think that's been very difficult to defeat. Sergeants here trying to do their best. The main threat is, of course, this cavalry in the back lines here. This is what's really doing the damage. The Death Company here getting focused down. General over here is also getting shot at. He's not died though yet. He's been in melee for a long time as well, and he has just not died. I was getting kind of pissed that we hadn't managed to kill him. Holland's here holding the line.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Now I've got Cav all the way over here. We've got militaries. More of these militaries stipendari. They can come into the back. You can hit all these archers. But the breakthrough is taking place here. The center of the HRE line is breaking. There's still so many uncommitted troops here. Sergeant's going in. And back on this side, Florence as well is just getting slowly pegged back. A lot of his crossbows are now in melee as well. Not that I think they're meaning to be in melee. Oh, actually, no, I don't know. This one's definitely going into melee. Charging on in. Cav coming in as well, charging the Ballistari there in the back. So yeah, so many of these archers need to disengage really, but maybe they're just, he feels like they're safe for melee. I don't know if they are. They need to try and shoot the Cav. It's the best thing he's got to try and combat them right now. Try and shoot some stuff. He is breaking some of these Milanese still. Not enough. And still a solid sort of like second line of spears here that's being used to protect the crossbows. Looks like they've broken one of the Cav there. Yes, if they do charge into these massive crossbows, they are in danger of being shattered. Here you go. Here's the arrival of those cavalry, and they've just gone, as I said, into the back of my crossbows here. Nothing I can do.
Flee the field of battle.
Archer's now going in as well.
Display.
Trying to hold back dozens of units there. And the infantry continues to fight on here. Might actually rout this. Well, there was the potential of routing this sword. It's being surrounded by multiple units, but the Cav now arriving is helping to rout the Sergeant Spears. And that is going to be death of the HRE army. Dismounted Imperial Ritter here, being destroyed. It's a shame that we didn't get those into play a little bit more. I definitely should have set my army up slightly differently, and hopefully would have had a bit more joy. But yeah, it was a pretty poor game in my eyes from me. Lawrence did a little bit better, but again, also losing his general. It was going to be a very tough uphill struggle. And in the end, yeah, look at that. I mean, the Milanese lost 2,000, call it nearly 3,000 troops. And they've wiped out nearly 11,000 HRE. I mean, it's pretty close, but not I mean, not pretty close, but it was pretty decisive. But that's kind of how we went in history. Pretty close in accuracy, I was going to say, to history. Devastating victory for the Guelphs. They just wipe out that poor spear there. Look at that. Light spears and standard chance, the poor militia. Cremona and Modena. And the HRE are no longer going to be meddling in Italy, at least for today. And there you go, a close defeat for the HRE. I don't know if it would be close. I mean, we did some damage, but I mean, yeah, look at this army. It's still so intact, to be honest. I feel like I did not enough damage at all to K1's army, really, here. But so, yeah, I was playing against the HRE. I mean, some units did okay, but not many. 111 for a shock. Yeah, but nothing, like, insane. And my infantry just did not get going. My Cav, one got 143 kills. But, yeah, pretty rough game for me. It was one of my worst games. Dot still playing as the Republic of Florence. Did a little bit better in some areas. 116 kills with a spear here. What else we got? We got, like, I don't know, 65 kills with his swords here. He's got his Cav, 198, 107 kills. Got a lighter one here with 118 kills. But yeah, again, not like huge kills really for him either. And we have K1 playing as the Commune of Milan. 108 kills with his general, 108 kills with a dismounted knight. Another one getting 242 kills. Crossbows, 126 kills. And his Cav, oh, so much of it. It did so well. 132, 230, 315, 316, sorry. 385, and then the Death Company, 205. Then we have Geo playing as the Commune of Milan over here as well, getting 112 kills with this like lighter cavalry unit. Then he's got 122 kills. His like main Milanese knights, 298, and the Death Company, 157 and 250 are there with another one of his Milanese knights. Very, very good. And then what else we got for kills is dismounted knights, 192 kills, 172, 222 kills. I mean, these guys were just like unmatched. You need to get like a cav charge on them to hope that you're going to defeat these guys. 156 kills here with the Spadaccini as well. Is not too bad. Yeah, a really good game there by the Milanese players. The Battle of Fossalta has gone like history had intended, and the Guelphs are going to beat the Ghibellines here in this one. So yeah, well done to the Milanese and the Lombard League. They did a very, very good job. If you did enjoy and want to see more 12-12 action, maybe some historical battles, then do check out the videos appearing on your screen now. But until next time, folks, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.